into this week's flow. Let's start off by warming up our shoulders. So you can do this standing. I'm going to be doing it from my knees. We're going to start with shoulder controlled articular rotations. Okay, so thumb points forward. I'm going to make a thumbs up with my fist. I'm going to point my thumb forward. Here I'm going to go into external rotation. So by doing that, I turn my thumb away from me as far as I possibly can here. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and draw the biggest circle I possibly can with my shoulder joint only. So keep my right arm nice and straight. I'm going to come across the body if I can. I'm going to start coming up past the head here. Again, when I get to this point and I start feeling that I can't bring my arm any further without me leaning back to give me more range of motion, I start turning my thumb this time inside. So you're not going to be able to see it, but here, I'm going to start rotating my thumb inwards this way. Okay, so once I'm in this position, I start rotating my thumb inwards, internal rotation, and I start reaching back behind me as far as I can. Keep rotating the thumb as I come all the way around, and now my thumb should be pointing behind me towards the back of the wall. Okay, reversing this now, I need to kick my thumb back, and I start rotating my thumb again, this time pointing it up towards the ceiling and cutting that corner with my shoulder joint. Keep the elbow nice and straight and locked out. Come across back past the face, come all the way down past the body. Keep the thumb pointing out. Okay, that's one rotation. Let's do two more. So here, come across the body, up past the face. If you can, here, if you're really struggling to get close to the face, you can always have your arm here. Go to your range of motion, never in towards pain. Okay, so now start turning the thumb inwards, start internally rotating the shoulder joint. As you reach behind me, your thumb should be pointing down towards the floor as it comes all the way back behind and ends up with the thumb pointing behind you here. Okay, so kick back again, start rotating, cut that corner, keep rotating the thumb, come all the way back past the face and down. Okay, one more. So come across the body, keep that thumb rotated out. Cross the body up past the face, don't lean back. Start rotating the thumb, reach behind you as far as you possibly can. Big reach, come all the way round. Thumb should be pointing behind you. Kick back first, and then cut that corner as we start rotating the thumb up towards the ceiling. Keep rotating the thumb around, come across the body and down. Good, that's one side. Let's do the other. So first start with the thumb. Start rotating it away from you as far as you possibly can. Come across the body, up past the face. As you come past the face, start rotating the thumb down towards the mat. Reach back behind you as far as you possibly can. Thumb should be pointing behind you now. Kick back, start rotating, come all the way around, rotate the thumb. Come back, cross past the face, down to the side. That's one, two more. Kick up, cross the face, rotate the thumb down towards the mat as I reach behind me, keep rotating the thumb. Thumb should be pointing behind me now. Kick the thumb back, rotate, cut that corner, keep rotating the thumb as you come all the way around, back past the face, down, cross the body, and back to where we started. Okay, one more. Cross the body, up past the face, rotate the thumb down towards the mat, reach back behind you, keep reaching back until the thumb's pointing behind you. Okay, kick back, start cutting that corner as I start rotating the thumb up towards the ceiling, keep rotating the thumb as I come across my face, down past the body, and back to where we started. Okay, let's warm up the wrists. So I'm going to keep my elbow locked in towards my side here. And I'm going to make sure that I'm not, as I'm using my wrist, I'm not waving my forearm around at the same time here. Okay, so I'm going to take hold of my wrist with my other hand, lock my elbow in towards my side, and I'm going to keep my fingers straight. So I'm going to pretend that there's a marker pen on the end of my finger and I'm drawing the biggest circle possible as I can. Hello, Scamp. Off the mat, please. So here, pointing my fingers straight, I'm going to try and draw the biggest circle I possibly can with my fingers here. So keep those fingers straight. Doesn't matter which way you're going to start with, you're going to draw the biggest circle Feel some clicks and some crunches, that's okay as long as there's no pain. Biggest circle you can. Okay, that's one. Go again, 2 more times. Big circle. Good, one more. Big circle round. 3, good. Back the other way. So big circle all the way. 1, keep going. Biggest circle you can. Keep those fingers straight. 2, 1 more. Biggest circle you can. There you go. 3. Okay, other side. Grab the wrist, lock the elbow in, nice and tight, fingers nice and straight. Big circles one way. Remember the biggest circle you possibly can with those fingers. Big circle, keep that elbow, that forearm nice and still as we do it. 2, good. 1 more, big circle, biggest one you can. 3, good. And the other way. 1, good. Big circle, biggest circle you can. 2, 1 more, big circle. 3. Perfect. Okay, so coming to standing. What I'm going to do is I'm going to keep my knees bent slightly. Can't see my face there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bend, soften my knees and push my knees in front of my toes here. So if you see it from the side, I'm going to keep my back up nice and straight. Toes point forward. Soften my knees and push my knees over my ankles as far as I can possibly do that. If your knees go further, right past the toes, that's perfect. That's exactly what we want. You should kind of feel a little stretch in the back of the calves. That's kind of what we want here, okay? So from this position, keeping my chest up, keeping my back up nice and straight as my knees push forward, I'm going to start bringing my weight over to one side of my body, keeping the knee over the toe here as I lift my opposite leg off, okay? Little balance. Come back down, start transferring my weight, keeping my knees over my toes, keeping my chest up nice and straight as I come on to the other leg, okay? Come back down, transfer the weight over. So try not to, what's quite common is, so as you start pushing your knees forward, you push your bum back to get more knee forward. I want you to just keep your chest up, your hips stacked over your heels, and your knees pushing forward. So I'm going to do this 10 times. So back over to one side, balance, good, keeping the ankle, keeping the knee over the ankle, over the foot. 2, 3, nice and softly as we step back down. 4, over to the other side. 5, step over to the other side. 6, 7, good, take your time with them. 8, 2 more. Keep that chest up. 9, good, 1 more. Keep pushing that knee as far as you can over that toe. 10, good, come up straight. We're going to go back to the floor here. So I'm going to take my left arm, and I'll show you here with my shin. I'm going to take my left arm, I'm going to wrap it underneath my right leg here. So I'm going to flex my foot and I'm going to stick it into the ground. So now I'm just going to grab my bicep like a rear naked choke and grab my shin bone here. And my hand's going to help me guide my shin bone. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my foot, keep my foot flexed as far up towards the ceiling as I possibly can. And I'm going to start rotating inwards and outwards, using my foot to guide my shin bone left and right. So that's internal and external rotation of the knee joint. That's what we're trying to find here. You might not get much, especially on the internal rotation, but just use that hand to guide that shin bone left and right. And once you've done a few of those, I'm now going to take my right hand that's on my shin and I'm going to place it to the top of my thigh here. I'm going to lift my foot up off the floor. Keep my foot flexed, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to do some internal rotation and I'm going to extend my leg. So what's going to happen here is you might be more flexible than me, and you might be able to, from this position, completely straighten your leg out. But you don't want to do that. If you straighten your leg out, it locks the knee joint in place, and what will happen is you'll just use your hip socket to move internally and externally. Okay, so what you want to do is, if you can stretch your foot out nice and straight, just leave a bend in it. Okay, just so that you can move internally and externally through the knee bone. Okay, so you're going to go internal rotation and you're going to extend, external rotation and flex. Internal rotation, extend, external rotation, flex. Internal rotation, extend, external rotation and flex. Okay, now let's go back the other way. Flex that foot again. Let's go external rotation, extend, internal rotation and flex. External rotation, extend, internal rotation, flex. One more. External rotation, extend, internal rotation, flex. Good. Okay, other side. Right arm under right leg this time. Grab my left bicep like a rear naked choke, grab my shin, stick my heel into the ground and flex my foot up towards the ceiling. I'm just going to guide in your own time some internal and external rotation. I can hear some funky crunching and clicking going on here, but no pain. And that's it. Don't ever start moving into pain. Just back away from it. So if you start getting pain in kind of certain ranges, just back away from that range and just go to whatever is comfortable for you. More movement over time will help that get a bit more range of motion. Okay, move the left hand now from the shin up towards the top of the thigh. Flex the foot again, and we go external rotation, extend, internal rotation and flex. External rotation, extend, internal rotation and flex. External rotation, extend, internal rotation, flex. One more, external rotation, extend, internal rotation, flex, and back the other way. So internal rotation, extend, external rotation, flex. Internal rotation, extend, external rotation, flex. Internal rotation, extend, external rotation, flex. Good. Okay, so we're going to get into a 90-90 position here. So that means 90 degrees with my front leg, 90 degrees with my back leg here. Okay, so what I want to do here is not put too much pressure on my hip joint. See, I'm not very flexible here on the inside of my hip, so I'm going to have to, if I try and take my hand off the mat here, I'm kind of leaning my whole body over towards my right side. Okay, so that's kind of putting my spine into this kind of like weird flexion position, and it's kind of taking the focus off of my hip joint, which we're going to try and target now. So I'm going to lean over and just kind of get this comfortable 90-90 position here. So if I have to lean over onto my elbow, if you're really not flexible in that hip, that's absolutely fine, do so. And if you can come off with no hands, do that as well. Okay, but for me personally, instead of me leaning right over this way, I can relax, I can concentrate on my hip joint here rather than having to worry about balancing. So I'm going to lean over. So we're going to start with this back leg here. I'm going to press down into my knee with my back leg, and I'm going to lift my foot up towards the ceiling here. Okay, so I'm going to press down, and what I'm going to try not to do is, because to be able to get this foot high towards the ceiling, I can lean forward and kick that right up. But I'm going to try and stay as upright as I possibly can and just kick my heel towards the ceiling here. So as I lean up, I kick up and lower it back down. And we're going to do 10 times. Okay, so let's do it together. Pressing down into this knee, lifting that foot up towards the ceiling. We go 1, 2, 3, 4, good, 5, 6, 7, 8, 2 more, 9, 10, good. Okay, from here, this back leg again, I'm going to lift my shin off like it's a tabletop, and I'm going to kick my leg forward. So I need to lift my shin off, bring my knee towards my chest. So I'll show you here and then we'll do it together. So here, lift my foot off, bring my knee towards my chest and kick my leg through forward. Bring my knee back towards my chest into that 90-degree position, and I lower it back down here. Okay, what I want to aim for is my shin to touch the ground all at once. So I'm not dropping my knee first and letting my foot fall behind, and I'm not touching my foot and then letting my knee drop. I want to try and bring this down together. Okay, let's do that 10 times. Okay, so I lift, knee towards the chest, extend through. Bring the knee back towards the chest and place my leg all back down together. Okay, back in that 90-degree position if you can. Okay, that's 1. Extend and place back down. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 2 more. 9. Last one. 10. Okay, good. So now we're going to concentrate on the front leg here. So similar thing, I'm still leaning over, but for me, I want to press down with this front knee here and lift my foot up towards the sky. But for me, it's going to be very difficult for me to get much range of motion out of this movement, even leaning over like this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to lean even further onto my elbow here. And that's going to just allow me a little bit more movement, a little bit more range of motion to bring my foot up higher towards the sky, just so I get more range. Okay, so I'm pressing down. I can use my hands as a guide here, and I'm going to lift my foot up towards the sky and softly place it down. Okay, keeping this leg at 90 degrees. Okay, you ready? 10 times. 1, 2, good. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, one more, 10. Good. Okay, switch around now, okay? So we've got the 90-90 on the other side, leaning over slightly, pressing the back knee down just like we did before. So pressing the back knee down and lifting that foot towards the ceiling. Okay, so we're going to do this 10 times. Okay, let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, good, one more, 10. Perfect. Okay, so now we lift the back leg up like a tabletop, bring my knee towards my chest and extend my foot through. 10 times, let's go. Lifting, extend through, 1. Placing it back down, same position, 2, 3. Try and keep your body as still as possible, keep that arm nice and straight so no movement in the upper body. To allow more, just move with the hip joint. Good. Keep going, that's 5, 6, 7, 8, 2 more, 9, 10. Good. Okay, so little lean over onto the elbow now, pressing down into the front knee, lifting the front foot up towards the ceiling. So I can use my hands as a guide here just to help stop my knee from lifting. And I'm going to lift. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Perfect. Okay, so coming to our all four position. So knees stacked under the hips, arms stacked underneath the shoulders. From here, I'm going to tuck my toes under. And I've got two options here. So I'm going to float my knees in this position, but if you're really struggling, maybe you've got sore wrists, you can put towels underneath your wrists here to kind of take the amount of extension out of it. Also, you can bring your hands forward, that takes a little bit of the extension away. I'm okay, so I'm going to stack my wrists directly underneath my shoulders, my knees underneath my hips. Tuck my toes under. Here, I'm going to float my knees. From this position, I'm going to push my hips back as far as I can, extending my arms forward. From here, I'm going to bring my hips up towards the sky, and I'm going to start rounding my spine and pushing into my toes here, okay? So as I extend my legs straight, I push into my toes and I round my spine as much as possible. As I push myself into a flat plank, I push my front pockets down into the mat, draw my shoulder blades back and look forward. From here, I extend back to the plank, soften my knees and push my hips back to where we started. Hips go up, rounding the spine as much as possible. Nice and controlled movement. Push the front pockets down into the mat nice and gently. Shoulder blades go back, look forward, extend back here. You can also do this from the knees. If you're really finding that tough, pushing your hips back, extending and rounding the spine from the knees. Bringing my weight forward as I push my front pockets down into the mat, drawing my shoulder blades back and looking forward. Okay, let's do a few more of these together. So whichever version you want to do, go with whatever's best for you. Okay, tuck the toes under, hips go back, extend the hips up, round the spine, roll it right round, push the front pockets down into the mat, shoulder blades back and look forward. Extend back, push back, hips up, rounding the spine, roll forward, push the front pockets down into the mat, draw the shoulder blades back, look forward. Soften the knees, push back, hips up, roll the spine. Push into the toes, start pushing the front pockets down into the mat. Draw the shoulder blades back, look forward. Extend back to the plank, soften the knees, push back, hips up, start rounding the spine. Push into the toes, front pockets down into the mat, shoulder blades back, look forward. Extend back to the plank, soften the knees, push back, hips up, round the spine. Start rolling that spine, push the front pockets down into the mat. Draw the shoulder blades back, look forward, extend back, soften the knees, push back, hips up, round the spine, tuck the tailbone, tuck the head, start unraveling the head as you push the front pockets down, look forward, extend back, soften the knees, last one, hips back, hips up, round the spine, tuck the tailbone under, tuck the head, start rolling, come into the toes. Unravel the head, push the front pockets down into the mat, draw the shoulder blades back, look forward, drop the knees down, come back to an all fours position, shake those wrists out if you need to. That was good. Okay, our next position is going to build into this. So, we're going to do an under switch, which is a animal flow movement. So, from our all fours position, here, I'm going to tuck my knees under, tuck my toes under here, and float my knees. So now I'm going to turn my hips, okay, from this position. So I turn my hips and I plant whatever leg I've turned towards, the heel down here. Now my back knee brushes across the mat underneath here. I bring my foot through and I plant it on the mat. Okay, I can either take my right arm behind me and come into this crab position, floating my bum, Not dropping it to the mat, not yet. Okay, and from here we're going to go back, but we're going to come back the same way. So if you've put your right arm down like I have, I need to take my arm off the mat as my knee now, my foot comes off, my knee brushes underneath, plant my hand, plant my foot, and then back to where I started. Okay, I'll demonstrate one more time on the other side. So here, tucking my toes under, knees float, I turn my hips here, I brush my right knee across the mat, plant my foot down here. So I can either take my hand, plant it behind me, or I can keep my arm floating. As I bring my right foot off now, brush my knee across the mat, touch my foot down, touch my hand down, and then back into all fours. Okay, let's do a few of these. So under switches. So here, bring the knees up, turn the hips, plant the foot, brush the knee through, plant the foot here. Keep the bum floating as I lift the foot back off, brush my knee across the mat, push my hand down. Now other side, turn the hips, plant the foot, brush the knee, touch the foot down. Lift the foot, brush the knee across the mat, plant the toes down, plant the hand. Okay, try and keep those knees as close to the mat as you possibly can. No floating them really high up here, keep them nice and low. So here I turn, plant the foot, slide the knee through, place my foot down. Foot up, brush my knee across the mat as I plant it. Turn the hips, plant the foot, brush the knee, plant the foot here. Lift the foot, brush the knee back, plant the toes down, plant the hand down. Okay, turn the hips, brush the knee through, plant the hand, plant the foot. Lift the foot, brush the knee through, plant the toes down, plant the hand. Okay, one more. Turn the hips, plant the foot, brush the knee through, plant, stabilize, lift the foot, brush the knee past the mat, plant the hand down, plant the foot, drop your knees down, and have a little rest there. Okay, so adding on to that now, we're going to do an under switch with a reach. Okay, so like a bridge almost, but like a really high bridge. So from the position, I'll show you a few and then we'll do them together. From the same position, tuck the knees under, tuck the toes under, lift the hips, turn the hips, brush the knee through like we did before, plant the foot. Hello Scamp, my dog. Hello Scamp. Hi buddy. Come on, Kissy. Okay, so from here, we're in this crab position. Scamp, please. Dogs, eh? So, keep floating my bum. I'm going to start extending my hips towards the sky here. And as I do so, I'm looking over my left shoulder here. That allows me to push my hips up a little higher as I reach over my head, trying to touch my fingers to the back of my palm, which I'm never going to be able to do. Okay, but then I lower myself back down into that crab, bring my foot up, sweep my knee across the mat, back into the all fours position. Okay, I'll show you one more time and then we'll do some together, okay? So here, floating the knees, hips turn, plant the foot, brush the foot down. When I land here, I start pushing my hips up, looking over my right shoulder this time, pointing my fingers towards the back of my hand, hips up as high as possible, hips come down, brush my knee across the mat, plant my hand, plant the foot, and then back to where I started. Okay? So it's an under switch with a reach. Let's do it together. Okay? A few on each side. So set yourself up, tuck the toes under, tuck the knees under, float the knees, start turning the hips, plant the foot, brush the knee through, plant the foot down, and push the hips straight up, look over the shoulder, reach your arm over your head, reach towards the back of your palm, keep pushing your hips up towards the sky, bring the hips back down, float the leg, brush past the mat, other side, so brush, plant the foot, hips straight up, look over the shoulder, try and touch the back of the palm with your hand, As you bring the knee back down, brush past the mat, plant your feet, other side, turn the hips, brush the knee through the mat, plant the foot, extend the hips up high, reach over the head towards the back of your hand, keep pushing the hips up as high as you can, come back down, brush the knee across the mat, other side, so turn the hips, plant the foot, brush through, plant, extend the hips up high, look over the shoulder, arm comes over the top of the head, trying to touch the back of the palm as we come down, float the knee, brush past, come back into the quadruped position, turn the hips, brush the knee through, plant the foot, extend the hips up, look over the shoulder, reach hips up as high as you can, come back down, brush the leg through, one more, turn the hips, plant, brush the leg, touch the foot down, extend the hips up, look over the shoulder, reach as far as you can, bring that hips down, brush the knee back underneath, plant the feet, plant your knees, shake your wrists out, have a breather. Okay, well I'll demonstrate the next part. Okay, so we've done an under switch, we've done a reach. Once we've done that reach, we're going to end up in this seated position here. Okay, so when we come back down from the reach, I'm going to plant my bum on the ground. Now, I'm going to use this planted bum to roll backwards here. So as I roll back now, I want to extend my feet and my hips towards the sky. So I'm going to use the momentum of the roll back to bring my legs up nice and high. And as I do so, I'm going to lock my leg down like I'm going to do a triangle in that position, okay? So as I roll back, my foot comes behind the back of my knee, I look, and I roll back up to seated here, okay? We're just going to do a few of these to start with, and then we're going to add on to it, okay? So, from the seated position, as I roll back, I extend my legs up high, one foot comes behind the back of my opposite knee, it locks, I use the momentum to roll down into a seated position. And then I roll back, I do the other side, hips up, lock my leg down, and roll up to a seated position here. Okay, so kind of like if you've done jiu-jitsu, you've done some triangle drills, this is exactly the same. Okay, we're going to add on to it a little bit, but this is exactly the same as a triangle drill. Okay, let's do some. Okay, 10 times. So roll back, hips up, lock the leg down like a triangle, and roll back to seated. Okay, hips up, lock the leg, roll to seated. Hips up, lock the leg, roll to seated. Hips up, lock the leg, roll to seated. That's 4. Hips up. 5, good. 6, 7, 8, 9, lock the leg, 10. Good. Okay, so now we're going to add on to this, okay? So from that position, that same roll back, same locking the triangle off, what we're going to do is we're going to come to a standing position, okay? So from here, if you've ever done these kind of drills before in jiu-jitsu, where you come up to kneeling, that's what we're going to do, okay? So to demonstrate, all I'm going to do is I'm going to roll back, hips up, bring the leg behind my knee, and then use the momentum now to bring myself forward as fast as I can. So if I need to chop my legs down faster to be able to use that momentum to bring myself to my knee, I'm going to do so. Okay, so here, roll back, chop down, come to my knee here. Okay, so I'm on my knee in this position. What I'm going to do from here, once I get to my knee, is I'm going to drive hard off my front leg here. As I drive hard, my back leg extends behind me, and I reach forward, and then I come back, I plant my foot behind me here, almost like a curtsy. Here, drop my knee down, and now that allows me to tuck my foot and sit my bum back down to the mat. Okay, so look, that was my good side. I can do that without planting my hand on that one side, but on my right leg, I won't be able to do that. I haven't got much flexion due to surgery. So I'm going to show you what to do if you can't quite manage that. So you're just going to use your hand basically to plant. So as I roll, extend, tuck my knee. When I come up now, I can't roll over this knee. Okay, so I have to plant my hand down, push with my hand to get my front leg forward here. Okay, now I just drive forward nice and strong, off my front leg, back leg extends back, reach in front, then I plant my foot. Okay, doesn't matter if you lose your balance, plant your foot behind you, drop the knee down. For me again, I need to place my hand down and sit my bum back towards the mat. Okay, so why don't I do this facing you, and then you'll be able to see. Okay, let's do this together now. Let's do 10. Are you ready? Let's go. So roll back, triangle drill, chop down, roll onto the knee here. Drive hard off the front leg, extend forward. Back leg drops, knee comes down, sit the bum to the floor. Like I said, I can do that good on this side. If you need to put your hand down, do put your hand down. Roll straight back, other side now. Chop down, hand down if you need to. Drive hard off the front leg. Extend the leg back, reach forward. Plant the foot, drop the knee. Hand down if you need to, roll straight back. Left foot, chop down. Drive up, come straight up if you can. Foot comes behind, find your balance. Reach forward, plant the foot, drop the knee. Come down, roll back. Foot comes behind, chop forward, drive straight up if you can. Leg comes behind, reach forward, plant the foot down, roll back. Foot behind, chop forward, drive up, reach, plant the hand down, plant the knee, drop back, roll other side, chop forward, right over, come up onto your foot. Foot comes behind, reach forward, plant the foot, knee comes down, drop back, other side, drive up, find the balance, reach forward, plant the foot, plant the knee, drive back, chop down, drive up, reach forward, find that balance, plant the leg, plant the knee, drop down, other side, 2 more, drive up, onto that, balance on that leg, reach forward, foot comes behind, plant the foot, plant the knee, roll back, 1 more, chop down, drive up, on that front leg, reach back, reach forward, leg down, knee down, sit on your bum, good, okay, there are moves. So let's build that into a flow. Okay, so I'll show you the flow and then we'll all do it together. Okay, so the whole flow. We're going to start from all fours position. Here. I'm going to float my knees, turn my hips, and that's wrong. Okay, I'm going to float my knees. I'm going to push my hips back. Hips come up, I'm going to roll the spine all the way around. Push the front pockets into the mat, draw the shoulder blades back, extend back, push back here. Now, in this position I'm going to turn my hips, brush the knee through, plant my foot down. When I get here, I'm going to drive my hips up, look over my shoulder, try and touch the back of my hand, and then I'm going to plant my bum all the way down to the mat. When I plant my bum down, I'm going to roll back, hips up, tuck my foot behind, drive down, come up if you can. If you can't see me, here, as I come up, I'm going to extend my leg back, reach forward, plant my foot, plant my knee, roll back, same leg, tucks behind, and then roll into this crab, into kind of the seated position. When I get there, hands come behind me, hips come off the mat, bring my knee underneath, and then I'm back to where I started. Okay, so one more time. Here, float my knees, float my hips. I'll do the other side this time. Float my knees, bring my hips back. So the hips come up first, roll the spine, start pushing the front pockets down into the mat, draw the shoulders back, extend back, push back. When I push back, I start rotating my hips, plant the foot down, brush the knee through, plant the foot, extend my hips up, look over that shoulder, push my bum down here, roll back, other leg this time, drive up. I can't reach forward, but I can extend my leg back, plant my foot, plant my knee, roll back, same side, come to seated, hand plants behind me, hips go up, rotate underneath, plant my hands, and come back down. Okay, and that's the flow. So, try and stay with me as best you can. Let's do it. Okay, so, knees underneath the shoulders, wrists underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips, tuck the toes, bring the knees up, hips back, hips high as you can. Roll the spine, nice and controlled. Push the front pockets down into the mat. Draw the shoulder blades back, extend up, push back. Now I'm going to rotate the hips, drive the knee through, brushing the mat, extend up, look over the shoulder, reach. As I come down, roll back. Knee comes behind, foot comes behind the knee, chop down, roll up. I can't extend my hands forward, but I can keep the leg back. Foot comes down, plant the foot, roll back. Same leg, triangle, roll to the seated position. Hands come behind me, hips off the ground, scoot under switch, and come back to this quadruped position. Okay, let's go. Other side, hips back, hips up, roll the spine. Push the front pockets down, draw the shoulder blades back, push back. Turn the hips, drive the knee through, plant the foot, extend the hips up, reach. Come down, roll back, other leg. Chop down, drive forward, come up onto that leg. I can't even step forward because I've got no room. Okay, so when I come up, extend my arms forward, place my foot, drop my knee, sit my bum down. Roll back, extend the other leg behind, come to the seated position. Hands behind, hips up, take the right leg, scoot underneath for the under switch, back to our original position. Okay, so let's go again. Hips back, hips up, roll the spine, nice and controlled, push the front pockets down, draw the shoulders back, extend back, push back, rotate the hips, scoot the knee through into that crab position, extend the hips up, look over the shoulder, come all the way down, drop, tuck the foot behind, chop forward, drive up, reach, foot comes behind, knee down, roll back, same foot, into that seated position, hands behind, hips up, same leg comes underneath, back in that under switch, and we're back to where we started, other side, hips back, hips up, roll the spine, draw the front pockets down into the mat, look forward, extend back, push back, rotate the hips, drive the knee through, plant the hand, reach, look over the shoulder, hips up as high as you can, drop all the way down, roll back, tuck the leg, drive up, plant the hand if you need to, come up, reach forward, plant the foot, knee down, roll back, same leg, come to the knee, the seated position, hands behind, hips up, take the knee, come underneath, plant the foot, plant the hand. Okay, let's go again, hips back, hip up, roll the spine, front pockets down into the mat, look forward, hips up, push back. Start rotating the hips, plant the foot down, knee comes through. Plant down into that crab position, push the hips up, reach, look over the shoulder, hips up as high as you can, bring the hips all the way down. Roll back, foot tucks behind, chop forward, come straight up, foot leans back, arms reach forward, foot down, knee down, roll back, same leg behind, into the seated position. Hands come behind, hips up, brush the knee under the mat. Hips back, hips up, roll the spine. Push the front pockets down into the mat. Shoulders back. Extend, push back. This time, other side. So right knee slides through. Other way. Slides through. Plant. Look over the shoulder, reach, hips up towards the sky. Plant the bum down. Roll back, foot behind the knee as we chop down. Come onto that standing position. Drive up, foot back, arms forward, knee down. Roll back, same foot behind. Come back to that seated position. Hands behind, hips up, same side leg, brushes underneath. Come to that quadruped, okay? Hips back, hips up, roll the spine. Push the front pockets down, draw the shoulder blades back. Look forward, come back, push back. Turn the hips, brush the knee through, plant the foot. Extend the hips up, look over the shoulder. Come back down, plant the bum. Roll back, tuck the leg behind the knee. Drive up. One motion if you can. Reach forward, leg back, plant the foot, plant the knee. Drop to your bum, roll back. Tuck the foot into the seated position, hands come behind, hips up, brush the knee, same side. Last one, hips back, hips up, roll the spine. Hips, front pockets down to the mat. Draw the shoulders back, look forward, extend back to the plank, push back with soft knees, turn the hips, kick the other leg through, plant the foot, extend your hips up, look over the shoulder. Plant the bum down, roll back, foot behind the back of the knee, chop down, roll up, drive into that standing position, foot comes right back, foot behind, knee down, drop the bum, roll back, same foot behind, but just come to the seated position. Hands behind, hips up, lift the same side foot up, brush the knee across the mat, plant the foot, plant the knees, shake the wrists off. Well done, guys. We've done it. We've done it. Good. Okay, so nice little cool down. We're just going to lay on our back here. We're going to bring our feet up, knees together, one hand on the chest, one hand on the stomach. We're going to take some deep breaths in through the nose for 6 seconds. We're going to pause for 2 seconds, and then we're going to do an 8-second breath out the mouth. Okay, so in for 6, hold for 2, and out for 8. One more. Okay, rolling onto your side. Come up to a seated position. Hope you all enjoyed that. Hopefully see you on the mat soon.